If you are what you say you are, a superstar.
Steve, what do you think about what she's done to the country?
You're a piece of shit and you're sexy. You win in my book, right?
Have no fear, the camera's here and the microphones, and they wanna know. Yeah.
A dealer change is usually where it gets good. Yeah, basically it's like, imagine if there was a change in the Senate, but that you liked it. You see that guy? What's his name? Long.
Long.
Like Paul.
Like Paul's long. Yes, he is.
Her husband, Paul.
My husband Paul's very long.
Very long.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear, the camera's here and the microphones, and they wanna know.
So I'm going to teach you a little bit about Blackjack.
I'll teach you how to invest later.
Okay, yes, I like that. All right, Nance, let's see what happens here, okay? This is a little different than stocks. You can't win every time like you're used to. You've got a 7 here, okay? So what that means is you want to hit. Kind of like the hits you're used to putting out on your political enemies. Hit the table again. Fantastic, Nancy. Good job. It's almost like you can't lose. It's almost like you're on autopilot at this point. 20 million. Oh, wait, hold on. I need you to restate. So you're saying since Autopilot started, there's been $20 million in profit?
Yeah.
Off of all of the different people that you could trade as. You guys are fucking on fire, bro.
So best case scenario, what happens at the fight tonight?
Oh my God, dude. Trump comes up and assaults her, physically assaults her. And I'm sorry to say that. It'll work out for you. We'll figure it out.
We'll have bodyguards.
You have your guards, obviously he has his. But like, think about it for a second. Trump actually physically assaults Nancy Pelosi in the crowd, and as she's getting dragged out, she's just screaming, "Autopilot, invest like a politician." You know, that might be, for you guys at least, that's the ideal. Of course, as someone with no equity in this program,
Right.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Sugar Sean wins. That's my ideal scenario.
The runner of the Pelosi tracker, the TikTok.
Bro, I can't believe you guys, dude. Fucking legends. This is the coolest thing, bro. Honestly, man. Like, just kudos, bro. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's gotta, a movement.
I mean, you're going to be in the middle of the movement now. You're
I'm pumped for it, dude. Listen, I'm just trying to earn like Nancy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make some money, dude. When you guys hit me up on Twitter to do this, I was like, this is just Nancy Pelosi stock tracker. Like, is there an actual human? Is there an actual human behind this? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Message you and Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban responded immediately, and he was like, "Oh, I would love to, but I'm filming Shark Tank right now."
Bro, we've had Mark on the show too. He's great. I love Mark, but he needs to get his priorities in order, dude. Yeah. Nancy Pelosi hits you up to go to the Sphere and sit row 1 at UFC, dude. You got to tell Shark Tank to go suck a fucking dick, dude. You know what I'm saying? Right, Nance?
Right. Suck a fucking dick.
Familiar with the term the Illuminati?
You know who's that's a problem with that?
I don't. Could you?
Well, Trump.
Oh, you guys aren't friends?
Oh no, he hates me.
Because he's going to be at the fight tonight.
This is go back, whatever you did, you undo. Heavy as heaven, the devil on me 2 tons too. If you are what you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The camera's here and the microphones, and they wanna know. Yeah. And you better wear your shades. The spotlights here can burn holes through the stage. Down through the basement, past the Indian graves where the dinosaurs laid, and out through China, nearly misses airliners, magnified ×5.
Does Pelosi know about this tracker?
Oh yeah. So the whole way everything like started is we run the Pelosi tracker. So we're on Twitter. We have around 750K. We kind of use that to highlight the hypocrisy of the politicians trading. And when we kind of initially had the idea, we were like, Pelosi 2024. Is it a parody? Is it real? Is it not real? And just the idea, and then it kind of started clicking with us of like, we can actually run with this Pelosi 2024 idea, because our whole mission and our job is to try and get them banned from trading. How do we do that? Build the first way to automatically copy their stock trades. But since Pelosi's up for re-election this year, we're like, wouldn't it be funny if we created kind of a parody of her running, being get Pelosi re-elected so we can keep copying her stock trades?
What do you think of like Pelosi being worth like $200 million?
Or what does she get? 200, like 220
or something.
That's what I don't understand. All these politicians, I'm not a huge political person, but I've noticed from the time they start politics to the end, they're wealthy.
For politicians, though, if I'm on the healthcare subcommittee or I'm the chairman of the Homeland Division, I can trade in whatever I want. So if I am literally on the committee overseeing healthcare companies, I can know that this one company is about to get regulated, go sell it, and then the regulation comes out 2 weeks later. Why are the politicians allowed to do that while the consultant can't trade the individual stocks? That's what I don't understand.
And that's what makes people like angry about politicians trading is how are like the people who get paid so much money to beat the S&P 500, like hedge funds, underperform, but then the politicians who aren't paid to do that overperform. Like that's like the weird dynamic.
The whole history of it actually is insane. Before 2008, they were allowed to just trade and nothing was published.
No one knew. So you could be a politician or trade. And
they could do whatever. They were doing everything behind closed doors.
So then Obama came
and Biden, to be fair. They both came in 2008. They put the legislation through in 2010 and actually passed. And that was like the big stock.
Where they have a minimum of 45 days to report what stocks they're themselves or their family members.
Which is a problem. The politicians should not be allowed to trade individual stocks. Period. It's pretty reasonable. I don't know how you're going to force the kids or the husband and wives to not trade too, because they got jobs. Make them report the same day. And a lot of the politicians that are trading these days, like, to be fair, some of them have their spouse. Nancy Pelosi, it's technically her spouse trading. Again, the whole point is to just get more eyeballs on this stuff.
Yeah.
It's a cool little, like Brian touched on it, but if we succeed with bringing enough publicity to the hypocrisy of them trading, and they stop trading, our Pelosi tractor kind of can be retired. And like we can have a little funeral, we can have a retirement for it. Like we want that.
Yeah, we want that. Everyone's like, wouldn't that really hurt your business? And in a way it would.
We'll just figure it out.
But we'll figure out the next step. There's so much corruption in the financial world. Like my parents lost everything in 2008. We lost our house. I had to move to another house. And no one got jailed. This is like the whole point of The Big Short, right? Like no one was convicted. And it's like, there's going to be more financial corruption that we could take advantage of. Like one thing we joke about is like we're democratizing access to corruption, political corruption, and so that would be like the next step. But yeah, we would really want politicians to be banned.
All right.
Yeah. So thank you for doing it.
Yeah, thank you for doing this.
If people see this after, they may have seen the Cybertruck, they may have seen kind of what we've been doing this weekend.
They've seen the UFC event. The goal for tomorrow is you're going to be 10 yards, 20 yards away from Trump. The goal is to spoof the internet, and hope this is going to be published afterward, but to trick the internet to be like the Pelosi's at the UFC event. And for Trump to see, maybe we put like a MAGA hat on you, we don't know, and then for Trump to come over and talk to you.
Yeah.
What would you say to Trump if he was like, nice to meet you, Pelosi? If he asked you what stocks to buy, what would you say?
Don't ask me that. That's what I would say.
Yeah, right.
I
Refer to Autopilot. That's
refer to Autopilot. There we go.
I'm on Autopilot. That's where to find it. When ABC News kind of reached out to us, we got on the call with them, and they were fascinated with us because it's like, who are you guys? And it's like, I'm a 28-year-old dude from Boston, and then we got two brothers that are kind of Irvine, SoCal kids, and then we got another one that went to college with them, and it's just like late 20s guys just hacking away
successful
and building like an actual thing. Yeah, and like we're venture backed. We've raised venture money to try and kind of get this thing going, but like it's kind of incredible, and we're really proud of what we've been able to do on the tech side, but also just on like the movement side. When you walk around and people kind of know the Pelosi tracker, it's kind of dope. So
that is so great.
We appreciate you bringing it to life.
Thank you very
I don't
much.
think it will stop here. So
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're very
Scott, Aaron,
welcome.
you have any other last words?
no, let's blow up the internet.
Let's blow up the internet.
Blow it up.
It means you're probably going to be doing this quite often.
Like, honestly, the amount of ideas we have for like commercials, like I think that's Selena Gomez thing. We might have to redo it, but like some other time in LA, because you live in LA.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
there's a lot we could do.
Who's the second most popular person other than Pelosi?
The second most popular
On,
so what's crazy? That's a good so Pelosi's not the best performing pilot on our platform. You know what it is? It's the opposite of Jim Cramer. So if you do the opposite of what Jim Cramer does, you're actually at 47%. It's wild. It's like, to me, it's insane. And then Pelosi is the number 2 performing pilot.
Number 2.
Yeah, so we call it inverse Kramer is the number 1. Pelosi tracker is number 2. The next most performing politician is Dan Crenshaw, and he's on the Republican side. So both sides definitely do it.
Nice. Okay.
So
Good to know.
yeah.
I learned a lot.
Any sort of
We didn't do an intro.
What's up, everybody? We're the co-founders of Autopilot, best known for running the Pelosi tracker. With us, we have the queen of political stock trading herself,
Nancy
Miss
Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi.
My
What-
real name
she-
is Canby Burnett.
Yes.
What's your best Pelosi impersonation?
My best Pelosi. Like,
Yeah, if you had to like pretend to like act like her.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, this one, well, that's right there. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and she does all this stuff here and stuff here.
Yeah, she's one of the favorites. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you guys showing the support. Hopefully you see us on our socials. Pelosi Tracker on Twitter. Also Autopilot on Twitter. Well, join Autopilot on Twitter. Politician Trade Tracker on Instagram. Join Autopilot there. Appreciate it.
If you are what you say you are, a superstar.